56 days, the fastest and furthest anybody in all recorded history has traveled with a horse-drawn chariot.
That's great.
And everybody told me it was impossible what I had told them I thought I could do. And they just told me it was no way in the world. I said, well, I believe it can be done. So I did it.
I don't like being told you can't do it.
Yeah, it just eggs me on sometimes. See the little chicks, when you get your chickens, that'll be a fun thing for you to
Oh,
these
look
little
at
ones
them.
running around. So much fun, quite an entertainment. The mama will scratch, see how she scratches?
Yep.
And the babies run in and see if she finds something to scratch. It's the ocean, and the water comes in, and then as it goes out, the birds run out and see what they can find real fast.
Yep, they go into the little holes.
Yep, and then here comes the water again. They'll run back out of the way. That's just like the way it is when she scratches for food on the farm.
I've seen this guy in Australia had a big YouTube video of how he used chickens to basically dig up and get rid of all the weeds of a new planting ground.
Tell me about it.
And he did these little train chicken tractors.
Oh yeah.
But these rounded half-dome. Hello.
I just thought I would check in with you about how long before that next group is here.
It should be like 10 to 15 minutes.
I'm just learning about an Australian chicken tractor that's used to get the ground ready for planting.
Nice. Yeah, they make this half dome and they let it run out over the section they want cleared. And in 2 or 3 days, there's no grass, there's no nothing, and the ground is all scratched up, ready to plant.
How many chickens are in it?
Well, 6 to 10.
Just a few chickens.
Yeah, and then he just moves it to another spot, and then the next row is ready for planting in a couple of days.
They do a little different down under, don't they?
I guess so, yeah, yeah. And they don't call them chickens, they call them chooks, or chinooks or something.
And they don't say chick chick, they say
Chook, chook, chook,
something
chook,
else.
chook,
Yeah. I remember them saying that, and I was like, what are you saying?
Yeah. And I saw another gal that did this new chicken coop with the old spools from the telephone company, the big wooden spools.
All the cables?
Yeah, and she made it like a vertical condominium. She cut holes in the flat part, and then she made a bottom on the center tube, and made a hole in there, and each one of those became a little laying nest. And it went up like 4 spools high.
Yeah.
And she had it all wired in.
It's like a chicken homeless shelter or something.
Yeah.
Could they climb up through the tubes up to the next level?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then she'd have these chicken tractors going off from the bottom.
Wow. That was a central hub.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a little bit more of a ride before the next folks come, so we'll see you in a little bit. Oh, and she was interested in that full circle. I was telling them about the big
I'll grab that
journey.
before I leave.
Okay, I'll see you up here in like 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
What boy?
Yeah, we were talking to him earlier.
Get sharper than anybody ever met on what he's doing. We even dedicated our safety training to safety young children. We're teaching them how to use the knife. They have to use it in that ring, and we have a lifeguard in there to watch them and make sure they're using the correct procedure. And if they aren't, then we show them and teach them so that they can get right on the right track. If they use their knife somewhere they're not supposed to, then what we do is we take that away from them.
The stream is so clear.
Yeah, stream is about half the size.
Hello! Wow, thank you. That's the salt of the earth there.
Right.
Imagine you can use it for people.
Indeed, thank you.
You're very welcome. Which way do I go, there?
Yeah, just keep going that way. That first biggest building that you see kind of when it opens up would be a good place to put that with the arched doorway.
I'll take you through.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Okie dokie. Hello.
How are you?
Doing good. Welcome. Hello.
How are you?
Good. Coffee is a good thing to have.
Yep.
Has a low value in this culture this day and time. You can buy a bunch of it for fairly cheap, and yet it's one of the more valuable things to have, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do a lot with salt. I've cured worms. See, I cut that thumb from there to there, all the way down that thumb, laid it open. I had to push the meat back in there and pull that skin up and sew it back.
Yep.
I just used salt and cayenne pepper to heal that.
Oh wow.
Kept it packed with salt and pepper, and the salt kills the germs. The cayenne pepper stimulated the circulation. It heals back pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, I lost part of my pinky to a can of mushrooms.
Wow. Makes it hurt deep.
Yeah.
Was it just a jagged bad edge?
I was trying to, I had a big can of the mushrooms and I was trying to batch it out. And the can slipped out of my hand and the lid popped out of it and sliced my finger.
Wow.
And one of the students that was living in the house had to go through 5 pounds of mushrooms to try and find the piece of finger that came off.
And then you didn't pack it properly.
No,
so
he packed it in paper towels so it dried
worst
out. They couldn't use it.
you just packed it in ice, that would be perfect.
You didn't put it in ice?
No, he didn't think to.
Then no.
He was so afraid that I was going to come home with a piece of mushroom attached to my finger.
Oh my God. The flood water came up last week. This was all underwater here. You couldn't even see the spring.
Yeah, our bridge was the creek was just touching the bottom of our bridge.
Good, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. And we were here July 4th weekend last week or last month. And we had the most horrendous storm on Independence Day. And we could hear the boulders crashing down our creek.
Sounded like that at least.
And we went out the next day and there was boulders where there wasn't before.
Yeah.
That's my car. I could spend weeks just on this place.
Building here has tree bars on it. We peeled off with the
Oh,
tulip
that's
poplar
nice.
tree. In the springtime, you can peel it off just as easily as peeling a banana peel off.
Really?
Yeah. And so we have one person push it and flatten it on there. Another person tack it on, and it dries on there just like that.
Hey, you can't take a whole ring, otherwise you kill the tree.
You kill the tree.
Yeah.
You could just take a little bit, but it'd be so bad you might as well just kill the tree. It would
Yeah.
live, but it's just not that good. So we take the whole tree down.
Most of the timber on our property is tulip poplar.
Is that right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you could do that. Very slow too.
We're watching a TV show about how they do logging in Alaska. They deliberately gird it, and 2 years later they come and chop the tree down. It's all
Yeah.
dried up.
Wow.
You can't do it here because it's too wet
Yeah.
and there are too many insects, and
Right. But in Alaska, it's cold enough. It kills all the insects
Yeah.
most of the year, I imagine.
Yeah.
so they just gird the tree. 2 years later come, they don't have to dry it or anything. It's all dries while it's standing.
They basically have firewood stands where they just gird the tree and then they come back, a couple of years from now and okay, that tree's dead. Cut it down and use it for their firewood.
Wow.
And they'll burn anything up there. It doesn't matter if it's fine or not. That sounds like a turbine. Is there a turbine?
It is, and that's one reason I was bringing you here, is you expressed an interest in making water power on your land. If you have enough drop or enough volume, you can make your own electricity. And that's what's going on in there. It's a small electric motor. We're spinning it fast enough that electricity comes out of it.
About how much power do you get out of it?
Enough to run several freezers.
Oh, that's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
These two dogs follow you everywhere.
They do. They love going with these horses. It's one of their favorite things. They love the action and the excitement.
As long as they don't get crushed by the...
You have to watch out for those wheels. And they're pretty good about it. They have learned.
It only takes one mistake to get it right.
It's not like a car which is going at 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go that fast, but usually not quite that. But I have just for fun to see it up in the upper 20s. It's pretty scary and amazing. You start wondering if the thing is going to fall apart or something, you know?
So how much of the TV show is real?
Quite a bit of it. But it's not all. They sort of
course.
stage some things. They don't give us a script. In fact, anytime they usually try to tell me to make up something, I tell them no, and that's probably one reason. Do you think that my part maybe is a little more authentic than some of the other people?
Yes.
You can tell that?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's because I just say no.
Yeah.
And the other people just don't. They just go along with it and they do whatever they ask them to do. And I just tell them, no, that doesn't represent this correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to conform myself. I'm a rebel.
It's a TV show. It's for entertainment. That's the problem.
Yeah, they just want to make something that get people to watch that television so they can have commercials and make money from their sponsors. They want to make drama. They want to make something that's a cliffhanger. Whether it's true or not, they're really not dedicated to the quality.
Yeah.
They want to keep it on a fourth grade mentality, and they don't care if it's true or not. My whole purpose for doing it was to do the truth and to show things that are factual and historic and valuable and to teach about it. So we kind of at odds. They kind of led me into it and made me think that was what it was going to be. That's what they told me it was going to be. And then we got going on it. We got to sign a contract, and then they said, well, we really think it'd be better if we just created a bunch of drama. I said, well, that's not what we did. He's like, well, if you read the contract, you can do it, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And I did. That's what they would sue me if I quit. So,
Now, that's a washout there? Or?
what is that?
Back there.
You dug dirt there. No, it really wasn't. It was naturally healthy and sound there, but I've been digging dirt to use it for making clay structures.
Oh, that's a clay. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of a sticky clay. So we've been making cob and putting it on the outside plaster for a straw bale house and that kind of thing.
This is about like
Oh, that size right there.
Yeah, that's the size. And that's the kind of shape it is in also.
big boulders. And, you know, you come after a heavy rain, you see boulders down here where they weren't before. And
After the fourth one that were just, you could hear them going through there.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah. We have a dry riverbed up on the mountain that we wanted to try and hike through. And there was such huge boulders in it that we couldn't walk there. And we found out why, because during the heavy rains it was not dry. We had this big waterfall cascading down the mountain.
interesting. All the undergrowth is pine.
Yeah.
I don't see any pine. I don't see any pine trees here. All the undergrowth is pine.
The pine tree seeds blew from a little further up on the ridge and they settled down in this area.
It's a beautiful clearing.
A lot of them have been clearing it in hopes to make a pasture and to make some garden space, but it takes a long time from working on it. It used to be as thick as that right there.
Yeah.
But these processes take a long time. So you're lucky you already have some pasture made.
It's a beautiful
Had that
pasture.
place?
We bought it in 2010.
How long did it take you to find a caretaker?
He actually was the current caretaker,
Oh, okay.
and we just fell in love with him. He's got such a wonderful spirit, and you know, his family is beautiful. His four kids are just angelic. They're beautiful, and they're so respectful. And they bring so much joy every time I get to see them. They run up to me and they give me big hugs. And, you know, it's just great.
And it used to be a sheep farm.
Yep, yeah.
Wow.
And it used to be a Christmas tree farm before that.
Are there still many Christmas trees on it?
There are, and we have a stand of about 1.5 acres of white pine. Here's
The
some
white
old.
pine are small like Christmas trees or they're big ones?
Oh, they're big. They're tall. They're probably 30, 40 foot tall. They're getting kind of spindly. I'm wondering if I should have them taken down.
They're not this tall as these, but
No.
We need advice on forestry management. That kind of thing. I'm really good at it, so if I'm over there, I'll be happy to point things out.
Oh, look at the teepee.
We want folks to stay in it with the cover on it so that we can keep the rain out. I lived for about 17 years in the teepee. I don't know, you probably haven't read that book yet. You
No,
just got
not
it
yet.
today.
Not yet.
And tell some about that. Learned a lot about the teepees from that. Learned a lot about life from that.
This is beautiful. It's lovely.
My friend Preston, who you might have seen on the television, he designed that building for
Oh,
us.
wonderful.
And he led the children in building it. He and the children built that in 14 days. The first day of camp, the parents dropped them off. There was a pile of lumber, a pile of rocks. 14 days later when they came to pick them up, the kids said, "Look, Mom, look, Dad, look what we made."
That's fabulous.
Parents walked around and started looking for a basket or a box or like a bench or something that they had made for their camp project. And they said, "Well, where is it, son?" And they said, "Mom, the whole building." And the
That's
parents couldn't
fabulous.
believe that they had built that.
they learned a good skill.
Yeah.
That's a very useful skill.
Transformed their whole life. They'll never look at any building again. Every one they go in, they'll understand it
Yep.
more. Just
I
before
love the
that,
sun.
Isn't that beautiful? And they had never hammered a nail in, never used a square or tape measure. They'd never tried it out.
My grandson, unfortunately, my son doesn't have custody of him, and he's not getting the upbringing he needs. He's getting hard to manage, and boy, I would love to get him into something like this. He needs a little bit of tough love.
We've helped a lot of campers, and we definitely don't put up with incorrect behavior. We get it straightened out, and that's real important. And you're right, they do need that. And actually, a lot of times they're crying out for it by their acting out.
Yep.
But people don't know how to interpret or understand that. They don't know how to correct them.
Well, his mother doesn't really
Come on,
care.
boy. Come on, boy. Go ahead. Sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they don't know better.
love the little tree house.
Way up there, Preston built that one too. One of my interns, once they graduated, they went into professional carpentry. And what we did is we got them to come back and teach the current interns, and we built this little house here. Called it the Kessler House.
Some of the areas on our property are like this, where the stream is about this deep.
What about the stream?
The stream is deep here, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our property, the stream is this deep.
Yeah, it's dug a giant groove in the mountain.
Especially next to the house.
Yep. My neighbor's house will be underwater before ours is.
We are about a mile away from the North Fork of the New River. But we are 200 feet higher than the New River, so you're not too worried about flooding.
Oh, I like this trellis.
Oh yeah.
Not just the palace, it's a little tiny building for Indian ceremony.
Oh!
Native American style ceremony where they cover that with hot skin and they put hot rocks in the middle. They pour a dribble some water on that hot rocks and it fills it with sand.
That's on it.
Yeah.
That's good. We got a test hole.
Interesting boathouse.
I love that, yeah.
So you built everything on this property?
That's right. When I got here, there were no roads, no clearing, no building. Just all put together. Good that you could be with us there.
It's a lot of work putting it. I can't imagine doing this.
It's a lot of work. Very lot of work.
Yep.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure to spend some time with you.
Really